Are you tired? Tired of that voice inside your head
that tells you you're not enough, you cannot do this, you cannot finish what you started, you're just not cut out for this, just give up.
that seems to watch and judge every single move you make? I know I am. That voice, the inner judge, I like to call it. Sometimes it feels like a relentless critic that never seems to want to take a break. It questions every thought, every decision, every word that comes out of our lips before we can even form a sentence. If you're anything like me, there has been so many moments where you started something so hopeful, you wanted to truly see it through, but then that voice steps in. It starts to whisper seeds of doubt, like, are you enough? Will this work out? Or will you fall short again? And suddenly, it's a whole thing about not just failing, but almost kind of expecting to fail. And I can guarantee that that's exhausting because I've been there. I want to share something real with you, something that I have felt deeply to my core. I remember a time where I was so excited to start a new project. Then the voice appeared. It wasn't loud at first. It almost felt like it was my voice, like a questioning voice, like, is this smart, Robbie? Are you sure about this? It felt like it was micromanaging my thoughts, and I mistook it for it being me. Before I knew it, I was trapped in my own mind, second-guessing every step that I made and shrinking at the possibility of fully showing up. And then I just started asking myself this question. Is it me? Am I the problem? Is there something about me that just can't follow through? Maybe you've asked yourself the same question. So stick around and let's talk. Here's how I view this voice. It's like an internal judge, a strict guardian inside my head. Always alert, always scanning for mistakes. It watches every thought I have, every decision I'm about to make, even how I speak. It almost feels like you're not free in your own mind. Like everything that you do is just surveilled, overly looked at, judged, micromanaged, and it's tough. I'm curious to know this. Do you out there feel the same way? Do you feel like you have this voice that's always telling you, don't get your hopes up, oh, don't react that way, be smart about this? Everything that you're hearing is just, you can't do this limitation of the mind of what you can and cannot do. It's not that you don't have the potential to do great things. You feel the fire in you, but it almost feels like the fire, the flame, is contained within this big container of limitation, self-doubt, and negative self-talk. But it's interesting because it almost feels like you have another self that is capable, that knows that they're capable of doing amazing and great things. And then there's this self that contains this other self that says, oh, no, you know that we can't do that. You know that last time we did that, it didn't work well for us. And then you're like, yeah, you're right. It gives you proof of, oh, see, last time you did this, it didn't work out for you. Here's what I've learned about this voice. It almost acts like a protective mechanism of sorts. It will give you proof of past experiences where you experienced the negative emotion, and it keeps you stuck in this mental climate where you cannot escape and be something other than who you've always been. And you might wonder, why does this happen? It's a template that has been learned throughout our life to protect us from being hurt, from rejection, from negative feelings about ourselves and the world, and most of all, the fear of not being enough. So it creates a split in us where one side, there's this fire in us that feels like, I can do amazing things. But then there's this other side that just says, well, don't get too ahead of yourself. Pump the brakes. You don't want to feel those negative emotions again. So let's just stay here. Here is comfortable. It almost like it's self-protecting itself for you to exist how you have always existed. The hard truth now is, what has helped us survive throughout our lives now becomes the thing that keeps us stuck. A powerful realization now becomes, the voice is not the whole story. It's not the driving factor of your life. When you notice it, when you give it attention and see where it's coming from, and also pumping your own brakes and saying, well, you're not in the driver's seat. I have the power to drive my own life. I have the power to make action happen in my own life. Yes, I understand where this voice is coming from. I understand the lessons that have been so painful in my life that have made me this way, but I'm not gonna let those lessons become why I keep being stuck in the same place year in, year out, being stuck mentally, feeling so low mentally, feeling like I can never accomplish or achieve anything. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take a step into the right direction and take my own mental wheel and start driving my own life. And that's where change happens. That's where healing happens. So can we do it? Of course we can. It all starts with small steps, just 1% each day to do something differently than what your old self could have done. And honestly, it's working for me so well in every area of my life. Before, I used to just want to tackle change all at once, but realizing that I don't have to change everything at once. I could just invest 1% in different areas of my life, and that 1% adds up and becomes the change in my life. That is what has given me back my authority over my own life. So I leave you with this. We don't have to automatically obey what has always kept us safe. We can venture out and find ourselves and meet ourselves through new experiences, new journeys, and that's what we're here for. And this is our journey together towards healing, towards freedom, towards more self-trust. Trusting in that we can finish what we set our mind to. Trusting that we can speak confidently, we can create effortlessly, we can build without the fear of, oh my God, can I do it? Because you can, and so can I, and we can together, and that's what this space is for. And with that, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and let's start a journey towards a balanced life, a life that we can be so proud to say, wow, look at how far we have come.